It's comfortable when somebody shares your same issue, isn't it? That's why everybody in your friend group about to get a divorce. Girl, me too. He'd say the same thing. He just like, yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We see eye to eye. No. Everybody got the same addiction. Everybody got the same struggle. You cannot run full speed in a field full of fallen people. It's comfortable, but it ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's better to be around the right people that make you feel wrong than around the wrong people that make you feel right. We try to hide our issues around the strongest people. I can't tell you how many times I go into the Cowboys locker room and suddenly the conversations change because I'm the pastor. I go in, they look, and all of a sudden everybody talking about scripture. How y'all jokers that saved now? I had this one dude, I walked in, he didn't see me coming, he was talking about some girl or something, he was like, yeah, bro, she was spiritual. He started singing. I said, man, you tripping, she was spiritual? What does that mean? I said, so what you study? And he was like, oh yeah, I'm in John. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, you in the Gospel of John? Are you 1 John, 2 John, 3 John? He was like, nah, bro, I graduated. I'm in 4th. 4th? What are you talking about? Because we'll do anything to hide from the people that can actually carry us somewhere. Or we'll use social media for it all day, perpetrating. Ain't nothing but filters, the whole thing fake. Your life don't look nothing like the stuff you be posting. And not going anywhere, but still stagnant. This man had the right people. Listen to me, you can't just have any people, but the right people. In Mark 2:4, it shows you why they were the right people. It says, being unable to get to him because of the crowd, they removed the roof above him, and when they had dug an opening, they let down the pallet on which the paralytic was laying. Jeez, they must have been called to this dude because of the process in order to get him in position. These were 4 men of faith who knew where to go, who were spiritually tenacious, would not stop just because they were obstacles. We're going to walk this thing out all the way through fruition. They were strong where the paralytic was weak. They didn't share the same bed. They were able to carry him. These were the right people of faith who could walk this thing out to make sure he was in position. They have to be the right people. The problem is most of us find comfort with other paralytics. It's comfortable when somebody shares your same issue, isn't it? That's why everybody in your friend group about to get a divorce. Girl, me too. He'd say the same thing. He just like, yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We see eye to eye. No. Everybody got the same addiction. Everybody got the same struggle. You cannot run full speed in a field full of fallen people. It's comfortable, but it ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's better to be around the right people that make you feel wrong than around the wrong people that make you feel right. Because hurt people like to be with hurt people and then wonder why they're still a hurt person. They had to be the right people who can actually have strengths where they were weak. Because this is a process. See, people think, Jesus healed the paralytic. Well, not before. They picked that dude up from wherever he was. carried him to where Jesus was, couldn't find a way in, then went to the outside of the Palestinian home where there would be a steep staircase, figured out how to maneuver him up the staircase, then got up there, and then dug through the earth and the thatch, and then dug up the tiles that were hard so that they could remove those, and then figured out a way to lower him down without dropping him through a hole to Jesus. There was a process to get to Jesus. This thing didn't happen overnight. Everybody wants these overnight miracles, and you a paralytic and you don't want to go through no process? Now, can he do it? Yes, he can. He can do an overnight miracle. He can come suddenly. He's able to do exceedingly abundantly beyond all that you can ask or think. According to the power that works. Yeah, we don't like that clause. We jump over pews on the first part, though. It was a process, so it had to be the right people. And the paralytic had to be willing to say, I'm good with being carried. I need help. And the 4 pallet bearers had to be able to dig through to a breakthrough. Because to get this miracle took work. So people want a miracle in certain issues and places in their life. They want a miracle over here and a miracle over here. And Jesus, I need you to do this for me. But don't nobody carry me. I ain't going up no stairs. I got fear of heights. I ain't getting dirty if they want to dig up no roof. I ain't going down. I might hit my head. Be quiet. You stuck. We're trying to take you through the process in order to get to Jesus. I mean, they carried him, couldn't get in. That's one obstacle. But we need more than a word anyway, so we got to do this process differently. The word is good, but we need to go outside, get these steep steps, which means you had 2 men holding him here, going up the steps, making sure, and then you had the 2 men on the other side pushing him higher to make sure it was level all the way going up the steps, because if it wasn't level, then what would happen? He gonna slide right off. So they had to use their strength. It's hot. They out there sweating, burning rubber, trying to make sure that this person is getting to the power and person of Jesus Christ. Then when they get to the top, it's earth and thatch stuck together to make the roof. So now they digging up with their hands or whatever tools they have to create a hole through the earth and through the thatch so that they can get to Jesus. But then once they move the earth and the thatch, there's tiles because they used to have parties on the roof. So you couldn't just have dirt up there or you'll fall through. They had a hard layer underneath the earth and the thatch that were tiles. Well, what kind of work did that take to break up those tiles, to move them out the way, to make sure that there was a hole to Jesus Christ? This is a process. The paralytic can't be up there talking about, I don't want to get dirty, the sounds are too loud. What? We're trying to get to Jesus. This hurts. We got to make things dirty. We got to dig up some stuff. We got to pull up some hard things, some trauma, some past, some history, some sins. We got to pull things up to find our way so you can see him clearly. And then we got to lower you down because you ain't going to get your miracle from up here. You better come before God humbly. We got to put you in proper position so that you can experience the power and work of Jesus Christ. That is a process of the right people walking with someone. Now, let me give a word, not just to the paralytics, but to the pallet bearers. Because somehow everybody thinks they're the pallet bearer. They done put themselves in the scriptures. Yeah, I'd be carrying a lot of people. You know you've been stuck 10 years talking about you carrying somebody. We like to place ourselves on the victorious side, don't we? But there are some people who you are carrying. But let me help you understand something. If it's a paralytic, you better not try to carry him by yourself. There was 4 strong men. How do you know that a child that's sitting on your lap has fallen asleep? They get heavy. When that body goes limp, oh, it's heavy. And if someone is stuck and you think so much of yourself because of your education and how how much scripture you know, and because of the stuff you've been through and how strong you are and all that, you're going to break your whole spiritual back. Some of us are losing our minds because we're trying to carry a paralyzed person to the person and power of Jesus by ourselves. You try that if you want to. You're going to pull them up them stairs, dig up that earth and thatch. You're going to pull up them tiles. You're going to drop them right on their head. They're going to be more hurt dealing with you than they was if you would have left them alone. Because the paralytic can't be prideful, but the pallet bearer can't be prideful either. You're going to drop them straight through the roof. Jesus in there teaching, talking about, Some of us think too much of ourselves on both sides. There was 4 pallet bearers because the pallet had 4 corners. That way the weight can be evenly distributed. I can't carry all this by myself. You're going to be in the pallet next to the person you was trying to carry in the pallet, talking about, I tried to do it, dog. We didn't make it. Because it wasn't meant just for you. You're trying to get them to Jesus, and you're not him. And they go through the process, which was not short, which was not easy, which there was a lot of sweat, which there was a lot of engagement on how we're going to do this, how we're going to maneuver. They were digging things up, making things dirty. Dirt was falling onto the people who were getting the word. I guess they could get a souvenir to take home. Dirt was getting on the paralytic. They were digging up stuff, making things dirty, making a mess so that they could get to a miracle. And sometimes getting to your miracle can get real messy along the way. If you're willing to go through the process and admit, I'm stuck, I need help,